And we are now recording
All right,
ASMR
welcome
mode.
back
Hello, everybody.
to session 4, I think. No, 5? No, 4? One of them, of Embers of the Titans. At long last, but not least, we get to resume. I have definitely read these notes that I took ahead of time, and am not going into this after not having read them all day. All right. So, where we last left off. I need to have my pillow up to block echoes. And then
I think it's episode 5,
it might be episode 5. It feels like it would be
session
episode
5, whichever one of them.
Session 5. This is what I get for naming my note files after numbered sessions. It's gonna be okay. Here we go. Where we last left off, Temmerlinck, you had just coined yourself into a spider. You had
Yep.
robot beast shaped yourself into a spider and entered this peculiarly blasted out looking tenement with all the windows and doors blown off. And you had been greeted by quite a cliffhanger image of a giant crystal with some sort of figure encased within in this ruined, sort of blasted out looking tenement, which is behind sort of a police cordon, and you Spider-Man spider shifted to get in behind it. So as you're standing here as a spider in this room, sorry, I'm tired. You're just gonna have to. I'm just gonna be stammering. I just gotta accept this by myself. You're standing there in this room, before this crystal and this silhouetted figure within. I'd like you to roll me just to start a perception or investigation check.
Okay, let's do.
I want to know what you see. Okay. You first of all notice the crystal is made of ice.
Okay.
It's quite large, and the figure in it is comparatively quite small. It is glowing subtly with its magic, so that the figure is kind of a silhouette. Around the base of the crystal on the ground, written in frost, is a number of draconic letters.
Okay, I speak Draconic, so
Do you
can I read
now? What other languages do you speak?
Draconic is one of them. Sylvan and Primordial and Druidic.
Holy cow.
So you know this is the Draconic alphabet. You've read the Draconic alphabet, and you know several languages. You're a very learned man, Temmerlinck. You
Yes.
don't understand what this language is. You know it's a language, and someone is using the Draconic alphabet to inscribe it. I would like you, if you would, to roll me maybe history or some other intelligence-based skill you can make a case for, to see if you can guess which language this is just based on the sound of it.
Okay, would Arcana work?
You know what? Since this is a spell, like this is a magical thing, I'll allow it.
Okay.
Not a great roll. You've seen it before during your time in this city. You've heard it before, surely somewhere. Because you're only able to go by the sound, not even what the characters look like. But this feels familiar. Like this is not necessarily a super uncommon language in this setting. It's just not one you happen to speak.
Okay.
Beyond that, with that nice, fancy, a fair bit of echo today. I'm wondering if there's anything I can do about that, or if we're just gonna have to. Does that help at all? No, I think I made it worse. See, I do have a different tray because my old one broke, and this one takes up a lot less of the room, which is actually oops, I dropped something important. Okay, it's actually a good thing, but it may produce more echo. in the long term.
Actually, right now is better.
Yeah, that's because I'm holding up a pillow, but it's not a. Well, actually, brother had muted his mic, is why.
Nope, I haven't actually. I put a stuffed animal up against my microphone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think I clicked it on and off, but it's on right now.
Okay, well, that's a little bit better.
Okay, you can just go with that then.
Okay.
Maybe just you could just lean that pillow you're holding instead of holding it up, just kind of lean it against your head or
That's
something.
what I'm trying to do. Let's see. How's that? That's a little better.
That's a
Okay.
lot better. We're not yet at Critical
Okay.
Role Season 2 yet.
Okay. Okay. Where was I? Ah, yes. You roll a 16 on that perception. So,
Yes.
with beyond just seeing this peculiar ring of draconic, you also see the crystal itself. It exudes a cold air, and you notice that there's a symbol of a star written in blue frost on the floor within this circle of letters. With your low arcana roll, you can tell that the crystal's obviously magical, but you can't say much more about what kind of magic or where it might come from. You notice that there is more. There's other things in the room. You notice that
Okay.
there is a bone dagger on the floor, inscribed in a language you don't know. But go ahead and
Okay.
make me a history check.
All
Just
right.
to see if maybe you've seen this one. You have. This is Goblin. There's a Goblin bone dagger on the floor.
Okay.
And let's see how many different things you can remember, because I'm just going to keep throwing information at you. On the wall, you notice 16, I think, is high enough that there is yet another peculiar symbol that you don't know. And it's not like an alphabetical script. It's like a mark. It's like a sign, but you don't recognize it.
Okay.
And with high enough, yeah, you discover as you're scuttling around, you're a little spider, you're scuttling around, you scuttle over what seems to you to be this immense object, and you realize is actually a dropped holy symbol of the wounded moon.
Okay.
The figure itself within the crystal is in obvious distress. It is a kobold, you can tell, based on the silhouette.
Okay.
It does not appear to be armed by the very dim glow. Do you have dark vision?
Spider does, yes.
Ah, very good. You have dark vision mode engaged. You have, by dark vision, you can tell it has scale. Its scales appear to be silver. It has somewhat ragged robes. With 16, you can tell it's peculiarly elderly, which is unusual for kobolds. So it's kind of scraggly wisps of beard. It seems to be a male kobold, and with that high enough roll, you can tell it has a peculiar necklace. He has a peculiar necklace of tangled, like with a charm on the end of tangled thorns.
Oh, so this isn't what's her name that we're looking for.
Apparently not.
You were told that Minister Eclipse of the Wounded Moon is an Asimar,
Okay.
and that is everything you can see.
Okay. Um, I don't know. I guess I kind of look around the room some more, see if I can see if a different angle will give me more insight. But
That appears to be it. Beyond those clues, the room itself is just a fairly squalid tenement room. It seems fairly unremarkable. Most of its contents have been destroyed by some kind of what appear to be actually various blasts of magic. It doesn't just seem to be one.
okay.
And there are, like, a tenement obviously is a larger building that's been sublet into like really, really cheap apartments. So
Mm-hmm.
there's kind of a smaller room behind, but it's just actually an entrance to like a hallway, and then there are like other tenements all around down this hall and so forth, but none of that really seems to be affected.
Okay. I don't think I have anything that can affect that ice, and it's undoubtedly magical. And I don't think there's anything I can do for the poor kobold within. So I guess I sneak back out and report back.
All right. You're going to sneak back out to everyone. Do you unspider yourself when you come back out and have made a safe distance from the cordon?
I will duck back into the alley and unspider myself, yes.
Fantastic. You unfold again, which I imagine sounds cooler than whatever noise I just made. Um,
I'm talking to I'm still distracting one of the guards by talking incessantly, right?
yes, but we're going to say, Mariel, that you clock Temmerlinck because you know you're supposed to be looking for a tiny amber-colored spider.
Okay.
So you know to head back to the group. And at this point, everyone, you notice Ordith is missing.
I'm going to try to use. Is his familiar fairy still around?
She is gone as well.
Huh. I would like to use my what's it called? My
Your
divine
ability?
guardianship thing to get an idea of his direction.
He doesn't seem too far away. You don't think it's a little muddy, but you don't think he's too far.
Okay. Does he seem like north, south, east, or west of here?
Well, I would like you to roll me religion.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I know there's a little more echo right now.
Ooh, very good roll.
Oh my gosh, a good roll from Mariel.
I know, I was banking on you
Yeah.
rolling badly. Well, at this point, Mariel, you kind of blink, and between the natural blinkings of your eye, you open your eye and you find yourself briefly in a different space. And you
Holy
look up
cow.
and you just see a burning white hot flame and the glimpse of an eye made of white hot flame turning briefly to you, and then you're back where you are.
What the heck? Okay, I'm gonna just sit there for like stupidly for a second, like what in the heck? Like, okay, she doesn't know who Sauron is, but that's what comes to mind. Okay. Okay, so this doesn't sound good. I'm gonna go to everybody else and I'm like, okay, so I know Ordith's sitting next to me. I got a pillow up against my trying to muffle myself. Is that good?
Yeah, but we can still hear you.
Yeah, it's
Alright.
fine.
Okay, I was just making sure that it's not. I'm trying to make it echo at least less. So maybe if I talk a little quieter.
You know, don't worry about it too much. I think part of it may also be the way my bed is, but I can't change that right now.
That is okay. So I walk over to the rest of the group and I'm like, okay, so Ordith is in like I don't know. I think he just got into like some other I don't know, maybe like plane or something. Because like I tried to like feel what direction he went, and I was in like darkness, and there was this like flaming eye thing. Uh, I don't really know what to make of it. Is there a way I can interpret my vision better? I'm trying to remember.
I think you asked Kai last time.
Kai.
Well, also outside of that, you asked that one deacon, but
Okay, well, he's not here though.
he's not here.
Kai, you're smart.
Isn't-
You have dreams all the time, right? So
What were you gonna say, Temmerlinck?
Isn't there a god? Something about a white eye?
oh, I think there is actually. Hold on, in the
Kai, you can weigh in since you were called on if you want to.
I was just gonna say, I think it's Sauron.
No one knows who that is.
yeah, but we should. Okay, so let's see here. I need to. I'm trying to remember which group is that. Can I roll history to see if I remember?
Sure.
Okay, I feel like
Or
With that
religion
higher
again.
With that higher religion roll, he ought to. She ought to know.
That was
Maybe.
technically a
Is that an ability?
contested religion roll, technically.
Oh, okay, that's really
Ah.
interesting. Okay, well, I have a better religion than history, so
So go ahead and roll
let's just do
religion
that
again.
Temmerlinck actually like out of universe. Remember, can he roll with like advantage or something?
You'll
He
get
probably
advantage
knows.
because we'll say Temmerlinck's helping you.
Okay,
Yeah,
so here's the
I'll-
1st one.
I'll perform the help action. Yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay, good thing I'm getting help. Otherwise, I'd be like, okay, so there's this duck in the sky, and he said, okay.
Yeah, there's a god named the White Eye,
The white eye. White eye.
and you know he is related to fire.
Fire. White eye. Is that a group? Are they? I'm trying to remember. I seem to recall they were pretty intense.
Yeah, I think with that, and based on your general background, you'd probably get that vibe.
Okay. Pick. Do you have any ideas? Have you heard of this?
Nope.
Temmerlinck, you were going to report back. I didn't mean to step on your moment there.
I basically just share everything that I saw. So
So there's this poor kobold, and we need to. What languages do I know? I know Celestial, Common, Infernal. Okay.
You can pronounce what you read, Temmerlinck. You
Yeah.
just don't know what it means.
yes,
you-
okay, I do that.
Everyone here who knows Celestial,
I know Celestial.
As do I.
here's the words. Temmerlinck says, "All praise to Riona, Welkin goddess who delivers the crowns from the dragon." Although he does say it a little peculiarly, like maybe it was spelled closer to "All praise to Riona, Welkin goddess who delivers the crown from the dragon." Something it doesn't. It's not the stress of someone reading like correctly spelled. But Riona Welkin goddess definitely sounds right.
I wonder why they wrote in Draconic, because why they wrote the Draconic letters is the Celestial letters not usually used.
Celestial letters would be related usually to Welkin gods. Would you like to roll another religion?
Wait. Okay. Let's see here. I'm just wondering why they'd write in Draconic with different Draconic characters like a
With a 7, I mean it's a valid question.
Temmerlinck. Temmerlinck.
Yeah, Temmerlinck, you know for a fact that all of the Welkin gods generally use Celestial, at least most of them, but definitely Riona famously would. Riona and the Wounded Moon most famously would write in Celestial.
So maybe it's just like a setup, like someone is trying to frame a different kind of cult for their crime, because like with Riona's people, she's one of the newer ones, right? She's the kid goddess from the stars, right? I think.
That sounds right.
Maybe
Oh wait.
Oh, go ahead, Kai.
I was gonna say, or maybe they're trying to cover their tracks. Someone
Yeah.
who may know Draconic letters may not speak Celestial, and someone who speaks Celestial may not recognize the Draconic.
Chaminos was Riona's archangel, wasn't he?
Chaminos is Riona's archangel.
Currently is. Is there a? I feel like, would it be likely that, like, what's her cult like? Are they pacifists? Would they likely? What's the odds of them doing a sort of kind of like assassination like this or capture like this?
Well, I don't.
It doesn't sound like Brianna.
Mhm.
Yeah, because I say Mariel, I don't think with that 7, I don't think I'm giving that to you.
But I mean, I'm literally from the sky, right?
I mean,
And-
you know Chaminos.
Yeah, so that's, I mean, like, based on what do I know from Chaminos?
Chaminos always seemed like an upstanding guy. Like an upstanding and honest, like your experience with Chaminos would make him pretty outstanding and chill.
I tap my chin. Well, you see, I was like educated by Riona's archangel, Chames, or I guess his real name's Chaminus, but basically everyone calls him Chames. I wonder. That's really interesting. I feel like they're being framed somehow, because if you would think, if kind of the whole point of terrorism is kind of send a message, right? Using violence for that. So why would you bungle your message like this? Like if that's your one thing you're trying to do.
Peak, by the way. Oh, first of all, Temmerlinck, you left the dagger inside, right? Because you were only a
Yes.
spider. Yeah, so you
I
left
can't carry it out as a spider, and I
Probably don't want to interfere with the crime scene.
yes, did not want to interfere with the crime scene. Though with the message in Celestial, I am wondering whether the local authorities are going to be sent off on something of a wild goose chase.
On that note, by the way, Temmerlinck, you did see a different symbol that you didn't recognize, but you do remember it well enough that you could say replicate it on a piece of paper.
Ooh,
Okay, let's do that.
I have paper.
Yeah, so if someone has paper.
I have paper and a pen. I hand her my angel wig quill
Okay. Peak,
and one of my sheets of parchment.
Peak,
I'll
you
subtract one from my.
Yes.
Peak, you recognize this. This is Thieves' Cant, and I would like you to roll me a history check with advantage because you are from this city.
Alrighty, let's do that. It might not help. I don't have the most fantastic history. Oh, actually,
Roll an
apparently
18.
I do.
You absolutely know what this is. All right. So, Peak, you know this sign very well. Smart people who last any length of time on the streets, especially in the worst parts of Adelaide Skifta, definitely know what this sign means. It is a traditional threat. It technically it says the closed eye still sees tomorrow. Some people call the symbol the blind lamb. It just basically means don't mess with this and you'll be fine. It's a symbol between traditionally the houses of artifice, which are the organized crime syndicates, to tell people to kind of keep out, like, oh, if you're a rival group, keep out of this. This isn't actually directed against illegal groups. Like, this isn't part of a gang war. Stay out of this. We don't pose any threat to any other criminal interests by doing this. That being said, it does see like broader usage as well. That sometimes you'll just see people doing it, being like, hey, this isn't gonna mess with the houses of artifice, or and then sometimes people will use it, because it is intimidating. It's the blind lamb. It's like, hey, don't look into this and you'll be fine. Is basically what it means.
I'm not going to try to repeat all that, so I'll relay that to the rest of the group.
Okay, so it's a blind lamb, and that means all that what you just said. No, all right. So are the Peck, are these houses of artifice? Are they actually like artificers, or are they just like called that? Like, because this is an artsy city, right?
Would I know that?
You do know that they're probably not all artificers. In fact, for a fact they're not all artificers. It's just because it's such an artsy city. Artifice has two meanings. So that's just generally what they're collectively referred to as.
So I admit I'm trying to piece together what we did several weeks ago. I can't remember why we were here.
Oh yeah, no worries, Dwango.
Missing persons case.
Minister Eclipsy, who is a friend of Takine's, maybe boyfriend, she's gone missing. And so you took the party and went, well, we've got to go look for her right now. So you went over to Length Luminat, which is a different length of Adelaide Skifta, different giant worms back, which is like the bad part of town.
Yeah, and you've been kind of trying to keep us from, just sticking out like a sore thumb.
Well, I know I failed miserably at that, but I did somehow manage to pick up 8 gold from somebody and then ran away.
That sounds familiar. That does sound like you.
But yeah, and then we came here, and I distracted. I was distracting the guards while I was you and Temmerlinck and Ordeith were going in. Ordeith was using the what was her name? Flipper, Butter, Flop. What was
Butterflu?
Butterflu? Yeah. That was this familiar fairy that showed up, and Temmerlinck turned into a spider, and that's how they were sneaking in to take a look.
And just to
But
clarify, the body we found is not the person we were looking for, correct?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought before that's who it was from last time, but yeah, it's a kobold. We're looking for an ASMR, and she's supposed to be able to be able to cure the merman's
Mild mire infection.
yeah. So he can stop talking backwards.
Yeah, which is hilarious. Okay, so I'm pontificating as Pick. Like, okay, well we've now managed to deepen our mystery because we now have a different body. I'm actually not sure what step to take next because we have a whole other mystery.
Well,
Oh, and you mentioned that you walked across that symbol, holy symbol of the wounded moon, right?
Yes.
that was probably dropped, right?
That's what it seemed.
That's what it looked like.
We should go in and get that so that we can see.
I'm on it. All right.
Yeah, because we'd be able to confirm with the deacon if that's her thing.
Okay, so I'm
potentially or potentially not. I mean, like if it's just kind of a standard. Sorry, I'm having to plug in my computer before bad times. If it's just kind of a standard symbol of the wounded moon, then it might look a lot like a lot of others.
Well, I think it's worth a lead, and if there's some kind of detect ability based on if someone has a thing, that could probably help.
But
Okay.
yeah, if she's the
Hang on,
lead
I can't
cleric
hear Blue.
of,
Sorry, I'm
sorry,
in the middle of trying to fix things. Sorry, go repeat that, Blue.
if she's the lead cleric of the temple in one of the better parts of Adelaide Skifter, you would expect that her holy symbol would be of a
Particular value.
A higher quality, or either better materials,
Yeah,
better
it'd be like
craftsmanship.
That
like
is
a
a good point.
bishop's vestment as opposed to Billy Bob
Well-
priest who has a thing that's borrowed from.
And you are also in
Legacy.
Adelaide Skifter, where kind of everything's shtick is that it is unique. So there's that.
Yeah, I'd like to. Do you want me to come in? I can go over and sneak, or I can just talk to the guards again while Pick sneaks in.
If you want, but I was just going to sneak in. So what
Yeah.
am I retrieving though? Am I
You probably don't
retrieving?
actually need my help, but
Yeah.
It's kind of fun talking to people.
It is kind of fun. Am I retrieving? What exactly do you want me to retrieve?
I think you should go in and take just the symbol.
Okay, I can take just a simple. What?
And
I
maybe-
mean, it's
Maybe
it's
you can
not
take a look
chocolate.
at that goblin knife just to see what
Yeah,
it looks
take a
like.
look
Maybe
at
don't.
Take a look at the goblin knife. I mean, look around, obviously.
If I can get in there,
Go ahead.
if I can get in there as well, I have something that lets me see how long ago a creature I'm tracking has passed through an area.
That would be
And
really useful.
Yeah, I'm curious if that would work here.
You have been tracking Minister Eclipse, so I'd say so.
Can you do that from a few feet away?
What does the ability specify, Wren?
Trying to. There we go. It's near the bottom where it.
Okay. You gain. Ignore difficult terrain. You have advantage. You also learn the exact. Oh, I see. I'd say you at least need to get close enough to have a look. Did somebody just disconnect?
No.
I'm here.
Okay, I thought I heard the disconnect sound. And also DefeneSam, I have not forgotten that you're hoping to jump in. I'm just trying to get everybody caught up with everybody.
That's fine. Waiting.
Sorry, what were you saying? Who was talking?
Me. I'm fine with waiting.
Oh, okay. I meant one before that. Oh, yes, the
Kai's ability, yeah.
The tracking, Kai, yes. I think you'll have to get at least close enough to look at it. I mean, you can't see the interior of the tenement. You could definitely get a vibe of, like, maybe how long ago this happened to the tenement from out here, but I think you'd have to go inside as far as seeing what creatures pass through. I think you'd have to be able to see.
Okay, I think I'll go inside. I'm not gonna try to sneak. I have a feeling if I just talk to the guards and say, "Hey, I was sent by what was the knight's name that offered
Night
this
Knight.
Dame
job to me?"
Cothram that you
Yeah.
worked for.
Yeah. If I
Right,
just
it's a
say
pretty-
like,
I think they even mentioned she even mentioned the missing persons case.
mm-hmm.
Okay, so Peak, I would like you to roll stealth if you're going to sneak in.
I am going to roll stealth while hiding in her shadow.
All right, go ahead and roll stealth, Peak. It's a
Maybe one more.
10.
Can I do the help action?
Go ahead because you're hiding in Kai's shadow, Peak.
I
Go
mean-
ahead and roll again. Oh, well,
Nope. I get to reroll. I'm a halfling.
oh, right. Oh, right.
Nice.
Gotta love your broken build. Okay, yeah, okay.
It is
so-
not broken. I did it exactly to the original specifications. There's nothing modified. I love it.
Yeah, it's pretty great. Okay, so Kai, you're walking and you at first think maybe you see Peak is gonna start following you, but then he disappears, so you don't see him follow you. And we're gonna start with you, Kai. You walk up to the guards and you kind of hear them discussing amongst themselves, this tired-looking human knight and his two companions. Well, I guess the first place we'll hit is the Reunion Church in Luminat, and I guess we'll go from there. Hello, yes. Can I help you?
So I am here to investigate this crime scene. I was sent to investigate a missing persons case, and I believe there might be some evidence in here I would like to see.
Go ahead and roll deception. Kai.
Well, that's kind of true.
It is kind of true.
Yeah.
Well,
We didn't officially take the case, but it was offered.
roll like with advantage. That's what I meant to
Or
say. because
persuasion.
It's deception because technically you didn't say you took the case.
Oof.
He looks kind of like, well, let me roll for this dork. Let's roll for Sir Dorkson over here. Here we go. Let's just see. Let's let the chips fall where they may.
Dang it.
Okay, so he kind of looks at you and goes, who sent you?
Can we drop
Out
name
of
drop?
character, what was her name again?
I don't
Dame
actually
I've
remember.
asked so many times.
No, it's
Sorry,
okay.
what was that?
Dame Cothram.
Dame Cothram sent.
Wait
I
a
haven't.
minute. Are you the Feathered Wanderer who was working for her on something? There was something.
That is me.
Yeah, I've heard of you. I hadn't heard you'd been sent, and I guess he kind of looks at the other two, and they just kind of shrug, and he goes, "Oh, what the heck? Sure, you can look. Somebody, show her the interior." would
I
DefeneSam
am.
like
I hear this and I am scuttling to go get what I
Okay.
need.
DefeneSam, would you like to be one of these tired knights?
Fine. I guess I can do it.
You've been working for like 12 hours straight.
Can I follow?
You could start walking, like following her. He's gonna look at you, Kai, and be like, "Are they with you?" Like confused.
I just wave.
Interns. I'll make sure they don't mess anything up.
Thought you were an intern. All right. Are you an angel?
Yes. Remember we were talking about
Wait,
this.
which god?
Huh? I don't know.
Well, that's fine then. Keep going. All right. So you all, including you, DefeneSam, your name is Sir Novus. We'll just say that. I'll write that down somewhere.
All right.
Thank you. There we go. Yeah, I'll give you a fancier name if I have time. But
That's fine.
We gotta keep this thing moving. So you guys all walk back into that place I described before. There is again the big crystal. There's a goblin bone dagger on the floor. There's a dropped holy symbol of the wounded moon.
No, there
and
isn't.
There is. There is no longer a drop totally symbol of the wounded moon. Yeah.
Now, did I have enough time to grab that, or do I need to do a sleight of hand?
I think I should
I
make
think
you do sleight of hand.
There was no one else in the building though.
How? All right.
This guy was talking. He snuck in. I
See,
feel like
this
the
is the
stealth
thing.
roll.
You guys have a built-in rules lawyer over here. Okay. Yeah, you've got it.
Okay.
And you're just kind of hiding in the corner. It's super dark and like burnt out and blasted out in here. So you've got plenty of places to hide. So yeah, there's the thieves' cant on the wall, which again only really you notice, Peak.
This is completely tangential, but I'm going to take out do I have my angel quill back?
Yeah, sure.
I'm going to use one of my I'm going to use one of my sheets of paper and my sheets of parchment. I'm going to jot down, since I know the translation not translation, but the transliteration in Celestial. I'm going to try to figure out if this is I'm going to write down all the symbols to see if it's just like a phonetic alphabet. Well, it must be if it's describing the sounds.
Yeah, it does appear to be phonetic, though. Again, you get kind of that janky sense.
I'd like to see if I can learn some draconic letters. I'm going to write these all down, and so I can study them later.
All right, go ahead and add a draconic note to your inventory, or draconic translation note, or something like that, so that we remember. Were you saying something, Peak?
I know.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I saw your mic indicator flashing, and I panicked. Hi. Why don't you go ahead and roll me a perception or investigation check? Well, you're still also using your abilities. So you look around, you don't necessarily see everything that was pointed out to you, including the symbol of the wounded moon, which is suspiciously gone, but you know why. But you can tell that you're tracking creatures, and you know how many there are too, right? So you know that there were at least 3 people in this room last night, one of whom was Minister Eclipsy.
How
Okay,
dark
I
is it?
would,
Oh, go ahead, Guy.
I was just saying that I would share that information with the others.
So Novus, this random feathered wanderer is telling you how to do your job. Now, she actually does say something that you didn't know.
Oh. Well then, I suppose we could maybe have a look in the morning. I actually have not been listening too closely, so I don't exactly know what's going on.
Good enough.
Really tired.
You definitely sound tired.
Yeah, you're nailing exactly how invested this NPC is in this.
Perfect.
I would like to. I'm gonna use my Flames of Chaminos cantrip just to help look around. To see.
Okay.
I'll snap my fingers. There's this blue fire. Whoa! I don't know what that means.
I don't think it's supposed to mean anything. I must have put that in wrong. I must have forgotten to check the cantrip.
That's in my cantrip section.
Weird. Well, anyway, it looks really great, and I'll dig into it later and try to figure out why the heck it rolled. It's not supposed to.
I'm a little bit exposed though now because you now lit up my corner.
Oh yeah, it's not quite enough to show you off, Pick, but you like duck into the doorway, out to the like interior hallway.
I'm actually going to attempt to get right behind Kai, if I can, like right in her shadow.
Go for it.
Do I need to stealth for that?
Sure. Let's make it interesting. Kai, go ahead and roll perception again. Yeah, you got behind.
So close.
Once again behind Kai.
So I am standing right behind Kai. Do I? You know where this is going. Do I see anything in her possessions or pouches of interest?
You'll have to roll sleight of hand there, Kai, because that is not Kai. Excuse me. You'll have to roll sleight of hand there, Peak.
I was trying to see if I could see him.
That is less than 19. Kai, you do notice Peak taking a peek in the pockets.
You see, you see 4 of the gold that I took from the other guy slip into your pocket. So I just gave you 4 gold pieces.
Put pocketing.
Oh, that's nice. I thought you were gonna steal my 2 banana peels. I got worried.
Nope, you just got 4 gold. I only got it because you were distracting me. So then I that's all. I slipped 4 gold into your pouch.
Why, thank you.
Kai, do your abilities let you know what kinds of creatures were here? You said there were 3.
I believe it says at least the size of creature.
Sizes it does. So the other 2 creatures, well, minimum of 2 other creatures. You're technically only tracking Minister Eclipse, but we're keeping this interesting. Obviously the kobold is small, and you can tell he was here. He's been here since. He's over there. And the other 2, minimum of 2, were medium.
I come to the city on occasion. Is there any chance whatsoever I might have seen this guy somewhere?
Oh, this kobold?
Yeah.
Roll history.
No.
No, you've never seen it before in your life. I don't know if you've seen a kobold before.
I'm gonna go up a little closer with the investigation or perception, like to see if there's how's this kobold dressed? Is he also wearing like robes from the Wounded Moon people or something like that?
You can roll perception or investigation. He is, it's hard to see, but you can tell he's not wearing Wounded Moon clericals because those are very specific even in silhouette because of the way that the collar is a giant hood that like folds like mushrooms out into a collar when you pull it down. And he's definitely not a cleric.
Okay, do I see anything on the symbol that I picked up?
You see it is a very fine and ornate symbol of the Wounded Moon, and it does have the name Temple of Serenity on it, which does suggest to you that, well, yeah, this is obviously from at least that temple, and Minister Eclipse was here last night from Kai taking a look around.
This is almost table talk, but is there any advantage of keeping that token? Like, would it get admission or something?
Roll religion. It is a casting implement. It's a holy symbol. You would use it to cast clerical spells.
Okay. Who in our party is most likely to be able to take advantage of that?
Technically, I have a holy symbol.
Mariel would be, I think, the only one close enough to something like that.
All right. Well, I'm going to stealth my over to Mariel.
I also do not notice. I crit failed earlier on perception trying to look at you.
Oh, that is true. You did.
I look at the opposite side of the room and say, huh, what was that? Shadow? Yeah, whatever.
I was about to say, Sir Novus, I don't think you're invested enough to care how many people there are in the room.
Yeah.
I will pocket that religious symbol into Mariel's pouch.
Okay. Should I put this on as holy symbol
of the Wounded Moon?
Of the Wounded Moon. Cool.
Okay, so at this point, the knight from before puts his head in. Technically, last session, I believe he told Mariel his name was Sir Piaptus Aperlead, but not important. All right, so Novus, I think it's time for these folk to go. Oh, you're also, that's right, you're from Game Cawthorne. Are you quite finished? Because we've got a lot of other places to be, and we're not even done.
24-hour shifts.
I want to see happy faces.
Okay.
The knights with the Inquim Knights. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's all the positivity I have in me.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, we'll get more coffee on the way or something.
I pop up right in front of him. Pardon, would he be able to accompany us a little bit longer?
Yeah, Sir Novus, help the intern.
Anything. All right. Anything to get away from work.
And then the other one just groans and goes, "Oh, why does he get off early? He's not getting off. It's technically work." Now come on, we've got to get to the Church of Riona and Luminat. We've got some questions.
I'll see what I can get you for coffee on the way back.
Oh, bless you. Bless you. Thank you, Sir Novus. Tegartha bless. And they head out towards the talking about our church in the Church of Riona in the same length. But just kind of wander off. So, Temmerlinck, how have you been feeling about all this?
Puzzled. We
Fine.
went looking. We went looking for one crime. We found another, and none of this is none of this is making sense. We have got a inscription in draconic letters, but celestial language. We've got a thieves' cant glyph on the wall.
Why don't we
in-
ask the other people in the tenements to see what they saw?
Is there anybody in here, or in the rest of the tenement, or did the guards clear it out, or evacuate it when the?
This is a pretty poor part of town. When you poke your head just into the back hallway, you do hear other people in the other rooms.
Let's maybe she was here because maybe she was doing service out here or something. So maybe they have like I don't know, maybe someone around here would actually recognize her for doing like social work or something. Or they might have heard something about. We have to get a little more of a lead.
In the room, is there a way to free the kobold?
You don't see an immediately obvious way. You could try attacking it. You could roll Arcana on it.
May I roll Arcana, or am I out of the room already?
You're still there.
Okay, I'll roll Arcana. I don't. have
Kai, you
very
don't
good
learn
roll.
anything that Temmerlinck didn't already intuit. As for you, Mariel, you rolled an 11, which I believe is the best anyone has rolled. It is an elementary spell reminiscent of animate schools of Arcana. So elemental magic you'd usually find in regions more philosophically, or rather, I should say religiously, devoted to Animos.
And which regions are that?
Further west, and specifically northwest, would be the most well known. You'd know this because that's where the Kingdom of the Crucible is. They're the sort of on the opposite side of the world, actually. And obviously, Animos and Teagartha were the two titans that fought and are giant petrified.
Where's that in relation to like Pauldron Bastion and that kind of thing?
That is Pauldron Bastion is the capital of the Kingdom of the Crucible.
Oh, okay. So which ones are the?
Everything from Everdeep to Earthhold is technically the Kingdom of the Crucible.
Okay. This is really interesting. Okay, I'm not going to ask how I knew this information, but we're Feathered Wanderers. Maybe I know a little more
Feathered
geography.
Wanderers, you have a basic grasp of geography that's on the map.
Okay. So, so guys, I noticed this. I don't know if you guys noticed this. This is like, and I tapped the crystal, kind of elemental magic. So it's possibly one of the Animos followers would have used it. So that would be like Crucible Kingdom over to the northwest of here.
Sir Novus, technically, you know, Animos is the sworn enemy of your knighthood because, his remaining followers. That would be the Kingdom of the Crucible is your knighthood's essentially sworn, like, bitterest rival.
And of course, I wasn't quite listening because I was, like, leaning against a wall somewhere, slightly asleep. So, I don't really perk up.
Sorry, what was the last bit you cut out of it?
I don't really perk up.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, you were just like, meh. But the rest of you do. Go ahead, Temmerlinck.
With my background being from Astrolabe, do I perk up at the Animos reference? And is there any like further information I might have about the spell with that piece of a knowledge might kind of trigger or?
Yeah. It does kind of, a few things do fall into place for you as far as, elemental magic. Animos is connected to the elements. Animos wanted to kind of order the world according to the 4 elements and just kind of reduce everything to its essence, right? That was kind of the animate versus Tagarthan order.
I think I've realized I could learn something more. I'd like to detect magic in here.
Oh yeah, go
I
ahead.
forgot that I had this.
Yep. Okay, so this is a magical crystal.
Yeah, and I'm kind of doing this whole area too, like
Right.
because I think it's a concentration spell.
Quite a bit of magic.
Within 30 feet of me. So this whole room, see if I can figure out what's left over, what can I understand, what's going on.
So you kind of see pretty bright aura of elemental magic around the crystal itself. What all do you use? You actually see it's School of Magic. I forget the names of the School of Magic, but yeah, this is
divination.
Well, the name of the school, all the different ones, but I guess it'd be conjuration magic. You again can tell that it is sort of an animate school, and other than that, there's not a ton of other remaining magic because the symbol of the wounded moon has been stolen. You do notice a different school of magic, a different magical aura glowing around the kobold's necklace. It's the thorn, this sort of thorn necklace. Like, well, it's not. It's these twisted thorns that have been made into a pendant to wear.
Oh, it's like a druid?
It doesn't necessarily seem like a druid. Temmerlinck, you were still talking. You were trying to figure out if some things slot into place. And, aside from this being, elemental and then animate, I mean, from general political information that, anything animate is sort of the bitter rivals of, Tagartha and those 2 big schools of thought. But, that's pretty public information.
Right.
Do you recognize that Temmerlinck? He has that kobold there. He's got like a necklace with like thorns twisted together. Is that like a druid thing? Do you know who he might be? Is that a holy symbol?
What do I know?
Go ahead and roll me history, and we'll go from there.
Okay.
Oh, very good. All right. It is not a religious symbol. It's technically, you can tell, especially Temmerlinck, you have a specialization with plants. This is your whole thing. And that is, those are the thorns of the very rare and very specific Dialga rosewood, which comes from only Dialgadale, nowhere else in the world. It is actually the kind of magically semi-invulnerable material that grows all around it and shields, it's even resistant to the moon rain. It's another form of curse from the Titan War, some sort of weapon or defense, sort of magical conjured defense or whatever. It was created during the Titan War. It's a ridiculously resilient plant that technically, if it spread more, would be a huge problem, but thankfully it only grows there. From your point of view, you'd kind of see it as a little bit of like a weed almost, or a mutated thing, but it's often sought out by people for its ridiculous strength, although it's difficult to extract. And you know that the person who claims to rule over all of it, right, who rules Dialgadale, is the Goblin King, and the Crown of Thieves is the crown he wears. And that is one of the factions of the world. It is specifically a faction that all the other factions kind of don't like. They are comprised of kind of the dregs of society, goblins and kobolds, and many other sort of stereotypical quote-unquote monster races that kind of have banded together under this monarch in Dialgadale. And they, are generally kind of going to be seen as sort of bandits or vermin, or not as a serious political rival, but as someone who is annoying and irksome to have around. Right now, like the Inkwurm Knights, as one example, would be not on friendly political terms with them.
Right. So this goes with the goblin knife.
That makes sense. Let's see. So we have multiple. This is really interesting. So we have the evidence here of people from basically different opposites of the globe, and I don't know if that means our missing person was if she was just caught in the middle of that, or what.
How did the like the Crown of Thieves? How do they fit into the Animos Teogartha polarity?
They're basically a wild card, similar to the Feathered Wanderers, actually. The Feathered Wanderers have been doing their own thing for a ridiculously long time. Crown of Thieves is new, but they feel like everything has kind of failed them and always trampled, like kind of stomped down on them, so they're kind of exist adjacent to it.
Interesting.
We know if they had any use for the minister.
That is a little less clear. You know she came down here to do healing ministry, but she never came back.
Yeah, I'm curious if we would know if they were looking for, say, the minister's magic, or essentially like why they would be after her.
Yeah, because
Do I
maybe
know- Oh,
maybe they
sorry.
needed. No. You can go ahead. I'll remember. I'm going to say Temmerlinck.
Do I know how the Crown of Thieves feel about the Wounded Moon religious faction?
Go ahead and roll me religion or history.
Okay, different. A new role of religion or history?
You rolled an 18.
You rolled an 18. I'll give
These
it to
days,
you.
yeah.
You know that they do not go in for the Wounded Moon generally. They basically exclusively worship Riona.
Oh. Okay.
And they're known for it, actually. Because her religion
Right.
kind of is the welcoming everybody. They see her, especially since she's kind of new on the block, as the one who's taken them all under her wing, as it were.
Right. But they're not specifically hostile to the Wounded Moon, or are they?
No, not notably.
Okay.
So maybe I wonder if they needed a cleric, like a healer, though. But then she dropped it, though, and you think they would make sure she had that if that was why they take her. But that's what she was known for doing out here.
And this is an elemental spell, and it's not. I don't think. I don't know, but it doesn't seem like something a cleric of the Wounded Moon would cast if she had been attacked by this kobold, and
Yeah. So yeah, because
she cast. I don't think she cast this.
it's the
this
one
spell.
thing that sticks out. That doesn't. Everything else points to Dialgodale. Right, the writing, albeit with draconic letters instead of celestial for some reason. The goblin knife, which could have been planted. The plant and the writing could have been planted. The guy who's frozen. Okay, here's my working theory. Okay, the perp we're trying to catch isn't the Dialgado people, because I think you're right. I don't think that the Wounded Moon thing would cast the elemental magic. The person who came here, Rena, sorry, not Rena. What's her name? Who's the missing person?
Minister Eclipsy.
Eclipsy probably came here, maybe even to meet the Dialgodale guy. Okay, and they wanted it, whichever which way, they wanted it to make the people from the Crucible wanted to frame Dialgodale. They already have a negative reputation for being, goblins and for the thief thing. So they planted this knife and they wrote in Celestial, but with draconic characters because they don't actually know Celestial. They don't know Celestial letters, so that's why they wrote that here. And they left the symbol to try to keep off the gangs, right? Who would be able to help us out otherwise. Possibly that they were even helped out. It's possible even that they were like hired to do that. But my guess is the people that took her are the enemy kingdom, and they tried to frame Dalgadale, which is closer, and to try to stir up trouble essentially.
That's a good theory. I have a potential wrinkle.
Mm-hmm.
What your vision of the white eye?
Yeah, but that was when I was trying to
And
catch
I'm-
down Ordeith. I'm not sure if that's
I-
related.
I don't know whether that's related, but I can't help being suspicious that it might be.
Be important. Hey, Sir Novus.
What?
Do you sorry. I look up at him and I'm like, hey, do you know about any god who's like this burning eye?
You do. You don't. Okay.
Do I?
It's the enemy of the people, right?
No, the white eye wouldn't. Sir Novus wouldn't necessarily think of the white eye as an enemy. But if Sir Novus wants to not know, that's also fine.
I think so. I don't think any big glowing white eye is too bad.
You would know, Sir Novus, from your membership in the Inkworm Knights that the White Eye is a different knighthood that does work with you. They're just not always super cooperative because they're like way more zealous, and they also think that all the other gods suck compared to theirs, and you don't worship the same deity. But they do help out a lot because you have a lot of enemies in common.
Sometimes I fight with them. We fight a lot of the same people.
So do they like operate here in the city as well?
It's not. I don't know.
If I were to seek them out, I should probably ask Pick too. I bet he might have.
I was gonna say actually, Peak, based on the symbol, and also just based on the fact that you are looking for someone who is an ASMR who might stand out, if you wanted, you all could head out and try to start asking for rumors on the street to see if anyone on the street or in the tenement might have also seen something or know about something.
I'm going to ask around in the tenement.
I want to ask around in the tenements. Tenements.
That's a great
I
idea.
can
Why
say
don't
that
you,
word.
Both of you roll investigation. Okay. Okay, Mariel, you get lost in the hallway, but
Okay.
Peak, you do successfully knock on a likely door.
In typical fashion, I knock on the door and then hide.
Oh, of course, absolutely.
I will observe who opens the door first. So let me know what I see.
Okay. This old man who is one with one leg and a crutch. He's an old Earth Genasi. He comes to the front door of the tenement and opens it. There's somebody there.
I pop out very quietly in front of him. Good day, sir.
Are you with the Knights? I didn't do nothing.
Just curious if you saw or heard anything unusual.
Yeah, last night they came for Old Man Shiny.
Old Man Shiny, eh? Would I know Old Man Shiny?
Roll history. There's a possibility.
Nope.
Okay, you haven't, which works out. Yeah, he lives in the tenement across from me. He points to the one you guys were just in. He's a big kobold. He's an old one, because most of them die when they're like 8. But he's over 100. Because they can live for ages if anybody feeds them well enough. Big, important dude in the community, Not one of those hobnobbed up knights, but a real important leader.
Sounds like you respect him.
Yeah, and he's a kobold. Crazy, eh? But
yeah, respecting a kobold. Who's ever heard of that? I'm just laughing along with the guy.
Sorry, it's not contagious.
I wipe a booger off my sleeve.
Yeah, that minister comes down here, Minister Eclipse. She's an angel. She comes down here now and again and cures our sick folks. She cured my well, I'd say my daughter, but she's adoptive. You understand? Gaia. Where the heck is she? She was down here last night visiting Old Man Shiny because she understands who's important around here. And then they came for him.
Who was they?
Oh, I don't know, but I've been hearing things. I've been hearing all kinds of nasty things. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. I've been here a long time. And I'm trying to be like as accommodating and as gracious as I possibly can be to butter him up.
Yeah, last night I heard all kinds of explosions and sounds and trouble, so I runs to the hallway. But by the time, you see me, I ain't fast. By the time I got there, the knights were cordoning it off, and I was told to move along, and they put up Shiny in a big crystal. Which I don't know how they figured that out. But I've been hearing things since, right off the street.
So was he in the Shiny? Was Shiny in the crystal before they got there?
Before the knights got there, he said.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But, I've been hearing things about goblins coming to visit Length Luminat. They don't allow goblins in the city, but some crown of thieves folks are coming in and they're gonna visit. They were gonna talk to Old Man Shiny. Right? And now, I respect Old Man Shiny, and if he said that they were alright, then they're alright. But I'm looking over there and I'm thinking it's not alright. I'm thinking they shouldn't have let him in. I'm thinking Old Man Shiny had too good a heart. Just because them kobolds are also under that crown doesn't mean all kobolds are good.
Who do you think is behind it?
Oh, I don't know, but I hear things. They worship that Riona. That's a Welkin goddess. And you know what came from the stars? Animos. And what kind of crystal I see in there? Ice. Elemental. Right? And I know you're looking at me and you're thinking, but he's a genasi. Yeah, but I live in Adelaide Skifta, and they may not treat me right. But I'll tell you something. Animos, elemental, magical, all that come from the stars. Some goblins come up in here, and all of a sudden we got magic like that from their star goddess. Messing up Old Man Shiny, I think's them, them nasty. Well, I don't mean to sound hateful. Maybe there's some folks who worship Riona that are good. I know the church down the way. I only hear good things, but I know Minister Eclipsey was friends with the rector there. In fact, when she didn't, when she disappeared, I thought maybe she would have gone there or something. But I don't know. What I do know is I think these goblins visiting town with their Riona are making trouble.
Well, maybe we should go there. Do you think it would be a bad idea for us to stop in and pay a visit?
I think somebody with a head on their shoulders should take a look around.
Well, I'm much obliged. Well, thank you so much for your time. Anything else you saw or heard?
Obliged to you. Nothing comes to mind. Do you want to buy a flute?
Do I want to buy a flute?
I carve them myself.
Well, what's your rate?
Is it a charming flute?
It's only 15 coppers for a flute, my friend.
Tell you what, I'll buy a flute, but do me a favor, keep an eye out for anybody else poking around here while we're gone.
Yeah, absolutely. Sure thing. I saw that sign up in there, too. Blind lamb? That's no good.
Right, we saw that too.
Yeah, you watch your steps, son. Here's your flute. He gives you a crudely carved wooden flute.
And I give him 16 gold pieces, which reduces my...
What in the... I think... These ain't copper... Son! He almost falls over.
I made a mistake. I said gold, didn't I? I was like... can we retcon that?
Yeah, no, we'll retcon that. No, yeah. That's actually funny, because he would have thought you made a mistake. But yeah, we retcon it. It's 16 copies.
Sorry.
I said it was 15, son.
A little extra. Thank you so much for the flute, my kind sir. And if you see anything, well, let me know.
Oh, you sure thing, son. You're awful kind. Just look up Old Man Palios. That's me.
Okay, I'm adding an old man, crude flute.
Perfect.
Now, I technically didn't have copper pieces, but we'll just retcon that later.
Yeah, it breaks down. It's D&D money. It's magic. So, Peak, do you lead the party anywhere?
I am going to dismiss myself from him. I'm going to go find...
Hello? Hello?
I make kind of a psst noise and keep moving without even acknowledging. I go find the rest of the party, specifically Kai.
Kai, Peak appears.
Probably pretty rapidly.
Hello.
And I relay the conversation. I don't want to re-say it. Really quick, is it 10 gold pieces to a copper? I'm sorry, with 10 copper pieces to a gold?
It's 10 copper to a silver.
Oh, gosh. Oh, okay, hang on.
So 100. So
Well, I'll
50
figure it out. I'm just going to give myself change. We'll figure it out later.
Yeah.
All right, we got it. I got it. Okay. So I relay what I learned and suggest we go pay a visit.
I
I'm
like
on
this
board with
idea.
that plan.
Was I able to catch up and get up
Yeah,
on
yeah,
Lost?
no.
Okay.
So you guys are all gonna head out with Kai and Peak in the lead. Sir Novus, do you go along with them, or do you just kind of let them go out their thing?
I'll follow along. That's what I was told to do.
Okay.
Before I leave, I'm gonna do a quick Arcana thing to see if I can get any more idea of what could have happened to Ordith. Really, but just as they're heading out, just outside where I last saw him.
Go ahead and roll Arcana. 15.
Dang, that's
you
really
can
good for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially for Mariel.
You could tell that there is obviously no immediate terrible magical thing that has happened to Ordith. As far as you can tell, wherever Ordith went must have been in a hurry, but you don't see signs of like a struggle or some kind of like kidnapping or
So
teleporting
something
spell.
he did it intentionally, essentially.
He must have had some role in it. That's what you think, at least.
Okay.
So that's reassuring. You can
All
tell
right.
that there's no like big god fingerprint, just like digging him out of the ground or something.
Okay.
So you guys head through Length Luminat and its dirty, kind of tarnished streets. You find, without too much trouble, because Peak, you know your way around this town, you find the Tower of Lunis Umbra, which is one of the few guard towers in Luminat, and it is the primary one holding up a magical shield to keep Moonrain out of the city. And then next to it is a pungent slaughterhouse called Kilguy Meats, spelled with a Z at the end. And then squeezed in between in this dirty, narrow, rundown building is a church, which is clearly not built to be a church, but they've kind of put a cheap steeple on top of it. It's got imitation stained glass windows behind iron bars on the upper stories. The ground level ones have been shattered and they're covered with canvas from the inside. There is a big symbol of a blue star. Well, it's actually specifically a pair of hands formed from blue and silver stars. And then to one side, there's an announcement board with interchangeable painted letters, but most of them have been stolen, so it's whatever it was announcing is not helpful. You can also see
Can I wheel of fortune on the message?
Yeah.
Sure. Roll intelligence. Why not?
Just straight up intelligence. Okay, here we go. Yes.
It says, new cake tonight.
There's new cake tonight?
That's the best you get of it.
Guys, I have great news. They're having cake here tonight.
Outside the front of this is a smattering of kobold and dragonborn.
Also, someone stole all the E's.
As well as some dwarves, humans, and halflings, and they're kind of milling about outside, giving it dirty looks, grumbling to themselves. They don't look like reputable individuals, to put it mildly. They look pretty unhappy.
Hi, I'm Mariel.
I'm not finished describing. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
Some of them are kobolds, and they are carrying lit candles, like looking a little bit more somber. And you walk up to when you say hi, you're Mariel. You see this kobold. Well, no, we'll say it's a dragonborn. Yeah, it's a dragonborn. Kind of turns and goes, "Huh? Are you from the stars?"
Yeah. We came here to meet your pastor priest person.
Oh, you mean of this church here?
I think so.
Cracks his knuckles. That ain't my church, little girl.
Oh.
That's them Rionans. The Star Child. And you know what I see in front of me? Looks an awful lot like a Star Child.
You know what? I'd like to, this is the second time this has happened today. I'm getting pretty annoyed. I would like to, because I have my fire spells from Chamanos.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna attack with it. Obviously, I'm just using it for light, essentially.
Yeah.
And I'm going to try to intimidate this guy out of here.
Okay.
I'm going to, long after it has been mentioned, say, huh, free cake? I want cake.
Okay, roll intimidation. Yeah. Even
Would you just okay? So it's just this little kid yelling. Would you just crying out, guys? Can you just calm the heck down? What is it with you guys and like star people? Okay, no one actually like
he snorts fire. You want to go, kid? Is that what you want? Him and a bunch of the other Dragonborn and Kobolds turn towards you.
by a bunch. How do you mean? How many is a bunch?
Maybe like 6.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm sneaking
some-
around this whole mess while this is happening.
Kai, Temmerlinck, and Sir Novus, this situation's rapidly deteriorating. Do
Okay.
you feel the need to step
probably the
in?
last time I tried to
I'm-
be it.
Sorry, go on.
No, you go ahead, Temmerlinck.
I'm going to step up along with Mariel and cast Shillelagh on my monk's spade.
Okay, what does that
Not
do?
going to use it. It is. Hang on, let me grab the spells page. Spells, Shillelagh. Here we go. Ding.
Ooh.
Can I prepare an action in case this goes south to cast fog cloud and get Mariel out of there?
Yes. What are you waiting for? You waiting for someone to throw hands, or just for this to escalate further? Or
I'm waiting for like the first action of violence to be made, like for someone to
Gotcha.
pull back their fist. As soon as I see that body language, then I would cast it.
Meanwhile,
well,
I'm
look, guys,
gleefully
we're all
waiting for
friends here.
fisticuffs so I can sneak up to the leader.
oh, you're stealthing, Pick. You said.
Oh, I'm definitely stealthing around the outside of the group, yeah.
Okay.
I tried to calm them down, but I guess not very effectively. I rolled a 9. Hey, look, okay, hey, we're all friends here.
Yeah, well, you tell that to old man Shiny. They are wielding broken bricks, cudgels, and knives.
Okay.
And it looks like he has managed to get about 8 of them together now with their attention on you.
All right. At this point, I am going to, hopefully I have stealthed my way relatively around the group so that I'm at the other side. I am going to directly address the leader. We just checked in on Old Man Shiny just a moment ago, actually.
Then the whole crowd ripples as it turns towards you. Who are you supposed to be?
A
They-
friend.
Muscular Dragonborn kind of walks up, staring down at you. He's like maybe 7 feet tall. A friend, huh?
A friend.
Go ahead and roll persuasion there, Peek. Ooh. Friend of whose? He looks a little bit more calm.
Oh, pardon me, DM. What was the name of the neighbor in the tenement?
Oh, Old Man Palios.
Yeah. Well, you see, we just had a conversation with Old Man Palios, and I pull out the flute.
Oh, I see. So you're from around here then. What's with what's with this star child walking around with wings and all, huh?
Harmless child with a big mouth. Look, we got problems in this city. We need to figure it
I'm
out
just
fast.
like fuming in the background, just giving Peek the just like look up like.
Yeah, I got a few of those myself. All right. Well, you be about your business.
We're here to
keep
meet
an
with.
eye on that church, though.
Yeah, we're here to figure out what might be going on, and I don't know exactly what's going on, so
Well, watch your step.
will do, stranger.
Yeah. And at this point, because of everybody getting riled up, at this point, 2 other figures dash into view. They are knights, but their armor is surprisingly plain compared to the Inkworms. They're wearing.
And Sir Novus is Inkworm, right?
Yeah, Sir Novus is an Inkworm. He's got very fancy armor.
I got very fancy armor that's very comfy.
You made it yourself. These knights are wearing sort of plain armor. It's silver white with no device except for the blazing white eye on their shields. They have sheathed swords and flowing white capes that have seen better days. Luminats are not very clean. One has a blackened battle axe across her back, and the other is carrying a large silver longbow, which is curved but unstrung. They are both Aarakocra, reminiscent of blue jays, and they run up, and one of them goes, "Excuse me, Dame Iris Photia Pureside, Knight of the White Eye, what's going on here? Is this the Rionan threat?
I don't know, nothing I can't handle.
What's with this rival angel? What god do you serve?"
Huh? I don't know. That's kind of part of
What do you
my
mean you
deal.
don't know?
I
Don't you
don't get-
know so many of the gods are trying to destroy this world? Only the White Eye can bring order, and, Tagoth, I guess, is okay.
He's
Okay.
seeking truth. He's here to learn, and so far she's doing a very bad job of it.
Are you this child's guardian? I wasn't aware there was an angel running loose in the city that wasn't...
Pardon my language, but dear God, no.
I see. It's all right. As long as it's not the White Eye, it's fine. Is there some kind of trouble? She kind of looks at the kind of cooled down mob a bit between you guys. Are we going to need to invoke our authority? Yeah, Sir Novus. I think I've heard your name before.
Yeah, hi. Nothing I couldn't handle.
All right, well, as long as it's being handled, we're going to go back to surveillance.
Alright, good luck.
Church. Come, brother. Okay. They both turn and kind of mingle back into the crowd.
No, you
Are
said they
they
were going to
hiding-
church? Sorry.
They were going to go back to surveillance on this church, they said.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And this church has the name. Forgive me. The name of the leader we're trying to find here is what again?
You guys have been looking for Minister Eclipsy.
Yeah, but
Right,
the
The missing person.
There was a pastor at this
Oh,
church.
yes, the
that would've known-
rector of the Church of Riona. I don't know if he mentioned her name, but he mentioned that there's a rector here.
Okay.
But it seems like the mob is not on good terms with the rector, if I understand correctly.
No.
No, everybody here seems pretty mad about the fact that there's a church here, to Riona specifically.
Well, it seems like it's time for me to stealth on into church without anyone noticing.
I'm going to follow the White Eye people. That's my lead for Ordeath, I think.
They're just standing around complaining loudly to anyone who will listen to them about how evil they think Riona is.
I'm great at listening.
One of them gets the wrong idea and thinks you're interested. Are you seeking truth from the White Eye, young one?
Well, yeah, specifically, you see, there's this druid. He's a turtle, older
You see, the
guy.
White Eye has a plan for you. He's a plan for all of Rimlight. He's the only one powerful enough to restore order to our broken world. So as you're getting kind of this whole
Little proselytizing
yeah,
little
this
spiel.
full-blown proselytizing spiel. Peak, you're gonna stealth into the Rionan Church. Does anyone go into the Rionan Church? Anyone else?
I'm gonna kind of stand with Mariel so
Keep an
she
eye on the
doesn't.
child. Okay.
Yeah.
Keep an eye
Okay.
on the
I'm
child.
I'm gonna disengage Shillelagh and go with Pig.
Okay. So, Peak, if you want to roll stealth, you can. All right, you disappear, and Temmerlinck, you walk seemingly alone into this tiny, narrow little church space.
Does anyone try to
I'm
stop
not-
him?
I'm not trying to stop.
Right. What was that you said, Peak?
Does anyone try to stop him?
No one tries to stop Temmerlinck, but he does get some dirty looks.
I somehow rolled the wrong thing. Oh, no, I rolled stealth. Never mind. Okay.
Yeah, you got it. Kai, you don't. I love that you're keeping the bit going, but you do not see Pick disappear. Sir Novus, do you go?
I guess you'd see him disappear. I just wouldn't see where he went.
Yeah, Sir Novus, do you go into the church as well? Or do you want to just kind of chill out here, keep an eye on the crowd?
I'll keep an eye on the crowd, and specifically that troublesome little brat.
Yeah, you'll keep an eye on the. Perfect. So inside, I forgot a really important detail. I'm sorry, I'm tired. The church does have a sign over it, written in Celestial, and it does say Saint Shamanos Church.
Whoa!
It's specifically called Saint Shamanos Rionan Church and Free Sanctuary.
Whoa. Okay, wait. Okay, while I'm being talked to, I'm going to tune out just a little bit because I realize I'm not getting a lot of useful information here. But I'm going to see if I can, if there's some kind of connection, if I can feel a connection to Chamanos here.
Sure. Roll religion. Yeah, it's got a little bit of Shamanos' vibe. You'd probably have to go inside to feel really immersed. But yeah,
Okay.
not you stop and notice. Anyway, Temmerlinck and Peak, as you step inside, you find yourselves in a small, cramped sanctuary. It's got a table that's been converted into an altar at one end. There is a simple statue of Archangel Chamenos, who has 2 wings and a helmet and sort of some armor. There is a painting that's in like one corner, and then the opposite corner is a painting of the Florian constellation. There's a big, slightly fancier, painted statue of Riona the Star Child on the wall behind the altar. Her hands are spread in a gesture of giving. She is sort of white-skinned with blue-silver hair, and she's spangled with blue, silver, and black constellations. She's just kind of the silhouette figure. And she's surrounded by a cheap wooden halo carved like rays of silver-blue light. There are a couple of spears and helmets, like regular ones, set up by the front door. And immediately on either side are 2 doors on either side of you. One goes to what smells like a very small soup kitchen, and the other to what sounds very loudly like a very crowded orphanage.
Oh no.
And walking up to you is an elderly one-eyed goblin who goes, "Oh, hello, my name is Mother Rector Nash Gronsmell. I'm the priestess here. How can I help you? Are you here for food? Most people usually are."
Am I visible, or is Temmerlinck the only visible person?
She's just addressing Temmerlinck.
Okay.
No, I am not in need of food.
Oh, all right. Oh, go ahead, sorry.
We are investigating. Oh, I can't remember now.
Minister Eclipse's disappearance.
Minister Eclipse's disappearance.
She disappeared? Oh.
Yes, there has been a missing persons case. We've been sent to try and find her.
Well, she's a old friend of mine. I heard she was doing healing ministry down at old one Shiny's house, but I thought she'd swing by St. Chamenos' last night, but she never came. I assumed she worked late and just headed back to the Temple of Serenity. Did you check at Ambrosia Bliss?
No, we have not.
It's the only well-guarded... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go on.
It's the only well-guarded local inn. It's a little exciting, but it is one of the only ones that's actually, well-guarded enough to stay at. So I assumed she just went and stayed there if she worked late.
I do not believe so. She has been missing for some time, and her own temple are quite worried. She has not checked in with them.
Oh, that's most peculiar. At this moment, Sir Piaptus Aproliad and Sir Novus's other co-worker kind of burst in. "Excuse me, Sir Piaptus Aproliad, Knight... Oh gosh, I'm so tired. Of the Inkworms. I'm here to ask you some questions about magical misdemeanors committed against one Old One Shiny. What do you know?" Old One Shiny? What happened to him now? What happened? She's just looking between him and you, Temmerlinck, like just kind of at a loss.
He appears to have been the victim of an elemental magic attack. He is currently frozen in a large crystal of ice.
Would do a thing like that? And come to think of it, I mean, he was supposed to be meeting with... As she kind of looks nervously at Sir Piaptus, like not sure if she's supposed to say this, and then kind of stops. Oh, that's most unfortunate. That's very strange. Yes, well, we're concerned Rionan extremists may be behind it. Possibly your friends from Dialgadale. They were coming to meet with him. Why would they attack him? Well, I'm just trying to do my job. So they begin to question her, and she seems pretty at a loss.
While I've been, while these guys have been trying to radicalize me, have I managed to glean any information about Ordith, or even more about the white eye guy?
Well, the White Eye is, according to them, the most powerful god, and that every other god is bad now, apparently, because only the White Eye can save and fix everything, and everyone has to do it because that will make them strong enough. And the Mire's really bad, and that's kind of all you've really gotten. It's a lot of rhetoric.
Okay. So if I could say, can I probe for information about if someone would have gone to meet them that was a druid? Why they might want to?
Oh, perhaps to be bathed in the purifying flames, the
Okay.
Watchfire.
The Watchfire?
Yes. Pulls out her sword, which ignites with this white arcane flame. Yes, only
Okay, that is cool.
the believers of the White Eye can wield the Watchfire. It's unique power. Sheaths.
It's like a lightsaber kind of thing. In spite of herself, she's like, ooh, like that's actually
Kai,
pretty cool.
you can notice that these two knights might be trying to radicalize Mariel.
Yeah, I do notice, but I feel like she wouldn't be seriously considering joining them.
You
I'm
feel
also-
pretty confident you can just kind of leave her to her devices.
Yeah, I'm here in case things turn south.
So
I'm not
Novus-
gonna try to.
okay, sorry. You keep
I'm
going,
not
sorry.
gonna try to draw a bunch of attention to myself.
Smart.
I'm just kind of there like a supervisor, almost like an older sibling, just like making sure their little sibling doesn't get into trouble.
Right, totally.
So-
So Novus, were you saying something? Sorry.
No. I thought you said my name. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
So what brings you guys here, by the way? Why are you surveilling this this church area?
It's the Rheonian extremists, the astral influence. They're
Right.
targeting us. They're coming for our children. They're part of the chaos that must be purified.
Why Riona as opposed to, because you made it pretty clear that's kind of every other god that's kind of
Yes, now you're getting it.
Okay, so it's not just any place of worship. This is kind of where you this is kind of your thing.
Well, we heard about what happened to Shiny, the old one, among the kobolds.
Yeah,
Right?
about that. I'm just straight going to tell him, like, look, I know that a lot of the information pointed to the Riona, but the Celestial was written in Draconic, which is not something anyone who would actually, knew how to write in Celestial.
Yeah, but old one Shiny, is a kobold, and people from Diagadea are also kobolds, and kobolds speak Draconic, and so it's only natural that a community of degenerates would use
Right. So
profane the beautiful.
Okay.
Well, I guess it's kind of okay.
he
It's
was
a
frozen
Terragarthan.
in a. He was frozen in an elemental spell, which had all the markings of someone from the northwest. From
You're just a
Crucible.
child. You don't know what you're talking about.
I'm gonna try to convince him that I know kind of what I'm talking about. Look, I know I'm
This
young,
is in
but
one blue jay ear hole and out the other.
okay. Well, it's been. Well, I can't actually lie though. It hasn't been entirely unpleasant speaking with you.
May the White Eye watch your path.
Hey, thanks, you too. I'm gonna walk inside the church because at this point I'm like, okay, I gotta look at the shame stuff. Like this is
Right. Okay. So you walk in. You see a couple of things. First of all, you see Temmerlinck.
Mhm.
Pika is still there, but as far as I know, has not revealed himself. You see the Mother Rector there, looking already quite kind of baffled and up to her ears. Looks up and sees a literal angel walking in the front door of her church and goes like, "Yeah, this might as well happen today." She's wearing, forgot to read this earlier, she's wearing a cheap cassock that was once black. It's threadbare at the knees and elbows. She's got a silver clerical scarf with this, like, really poorly stitched astral symbols on it. She's wearing a battered Saturno, which is like a wide-brimmed black cleric's hat. She is a goblin-style bone staff, like a club she's using as a staff or a cane. I'd like you to roll me perception, actually, really quick, Mariel, if you would.
I have also been watching her carefully. May I roll perception of what I observed
Yes.
about her?
Please do. Please do.
someone who's better at
Oh,
perceiving.
I'm
no,
a
how?
halfling. Ha!
Peek?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay. So, Mariel, you only have a 4, so you don't really pick up much, but I will say, with your background, I have to give it to you. You do notice, well, no, okay, actually, you wouldn't notice that. No, Yeah, sure, we'll give it to you.
On a 21, I'd hope so.
Yeah. Oh no, it's a PU peak definitely. But Mariel, you do notice that there is a 6-winged figure on the scarf, but that's all you notice. With Peak, you see everything I just described. You can tell her scarf was stitched by children, which is why it's so poorly stitched. You can tell it has a symbol of the Aflorian. It has the crossed hands of Riona, and it has a 6-winged Archangel Chamenos. And you can also tell that her cassock is well stained with food and crayons. And while you don't read Goblin, not all the writing is in Goblin, so you can tell that her bone club is carved with her ancestral lineage. And Esther, you were also specifically watching like her vibe. She seems, I mean, you didn't roll insight, but she just seems mostly, she's like a very capable person, but definitely at a loss and still confused and kind of trying to catch up, and very much someone who's got like 8 million things to do and did not think this was going to become a whole thing.
I'm gonna that stat. I see the Chano statue though, right?
Yes, you do.
Did they get his good side?
You know, it doesn't actually look a lot like him.
I was wondering, like,
it's not a very good resemblance.
Okay, well, they're trying.
They're trying. Pick, what were you gonna do?
It's the white guy Jesus version of Chamenos.
I'm trying to decide whether I should do the right thing or the what Pick would do
Fun
thing.
Well, you should always do what your character would do.
All right. I hope I get inspiration for this. All right. I'm going to stealth up to her and attempt to put pockets some crayons that I had from my bag of crap from the shop.
Right. Okay.
I'm not necessarily attempting to be too stealthy, but I am attempting to sleight of hand put pockets. So is that okay if I roll for that?
Yeah, go for it.
Put pocket instead of pickpocket.
Yeah.
You easily slip the crayons into her pocket, but since you're not really hiding, she does look up, and so does Sir Proliad, and they go, "Who are you?" And then she goes, "Oh, goodness. Oh, I'm so sorry, sir. For a moment, I thought you were one of the children. I hope you won't take that wrong. Can I help you?"
Just a gift. No mean no harm.
Oh, of course. Are you here for food? We get a lot of people like you in here.
I'm with Temmerlinck over here. I know that there are some knights here that are very curious about what's going on, and I assure them that everything is under control. We have our own knight outside. Sir Novus is right there to help vouch
Highly
for us.
capable young knight.
Sirs,
yes,
we
I
have
saw
this
you-
under control.
So what you're saying is you're gonna deal with this.
We've been sent under the guidance and oversight of Kai. I can't remember. Kai Dithlu. I can't pronounce your name. I can't pronounce anybody's name.
I was totally not here right now, by the way.
No, you're in the other room, but it doesn't matter. I'm just name dropping like crazy.
Yeah.
Under
Whatever
orders
gives us
from.
a tiny sliver of legitimacy.
All right. Well, have Sir Novus write up what she said in answers to questions, because I mean we came to ask her questions. Go ahead and roll persuasion, Peak. It's not going to have to be that high.
It wasn't.
Mariel tries to help, but yeah, it's just you, Peak. Well, all right. We'll come back later when you're less busy. We have a lot to do today.
I'm gonna run out, and I'm gonna go and just kind of grab Kai and Sir Novus. I'm gonna take each by the hand and just pull them in.
All right, you kind of pass Sir Proliad and the other knight as they go out. Good luck.
I'm not in the
Novus.
church right now.
Yeah, that's why I'm going outside to get him.
Oh, do you guys let Mariel drag you into the church, Guy?
Can I have done something when Mariel went into the church?
Sure. Yeah, you've been.
I kind of want to. Yeah, I kind of want to look around outside, and in order to blend in a bit more, just like I'm gonna test something.
Go for it.
Oops, that's the wrong one. We're gonna do that just so I can blend in a bit more and not stand out as much as a feathered wanderer.
All right. Change appearance.
Ooh.
So you what appearance do you magically take on?
I'm going to kind of how do I describe this? Almost, it's a very I'm struggling with words right now. I apologize.
like,
no,
I'm-
that's
I'm
fine. You just
unpresuming-
kind of sort of cast the
I
thing
got
so
it.
that you kind of blend in a bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
You look
Yeah,
nondescript.
I'm very unassuming.
All right, so Mariel, you're not. Do you reveal yourself to Mariel? Like, do you?
Yeah,
do you,
I'm not gonna recognize you. I don't think at this point, right? Actually, wait, I might because of the connection thing.
Mariel, you found a new person. You're
I
supposed
stopped.
to.
I'm like, oh my gosh. Wait a minute. You seem familiar, but not. I'm like sitting there tapping my chin. I'm Mariel, by the way. I reach out of my hand. I know this might sound crazy, but I've been sent from my to guard a bunch of guard and guide a bunch of select souls. Have you? Does this guy her voice too?
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You're. Yeah.
Mhm.
So Novus, do you know which way Kai went?
Oh, I
Um,
don't know who that is. I have my own business to attend to, if you don't mind.
Okay, well, just meet up with me later, okay? I'm Mariel again,
Pleasure to meet you.
and I'll go Dragon Sir Novus at least.
All right. You're back in the church. Finally, the Mother Rector has time to kind of like get a word in edgewise. Welcome. You're an angel. What message do you bring?
We're looking for a we're
Oh,
looking.
this. I'm sorry. Yes, of course. A lot of people have been asking me about her today.
Okay.
Oh no, Blue just lost his headphones. Just went down.
Oh.
Well, it is just about 7. Which
Could he
is
listen through
usually-
his Could he listen through his speakers?
we probably. I think that's when you get echo. I'm starting to get really tired. Anyway, I know it's not exactly like a super definitive ending point, but basically you guys are at the church.
We've successfully followed leads.
Done our best to
Um,
befriend the woman running it, basically, the priestess.
Yep. Oh, sorry guys, I'm just so tired. I'm fading so fast. Thank you all for playing. I'm sorry that Blue's headphones went out. Oh, are you back?
Yes.
Okay.
All
Do we
right.
want? Okay, good. Do we want to just take a few more minutes to wrap up, like hit kind of a more definitive note before we stop, or do we want to stop there?
It sounds like you want to stop sooner than later, so I'd say wrap up fast.
Yeah, I'm fading fast. I don't want to start getting details wrong. um. Yeah, maybe we should stop. But I don't know. Yeah. I guess we should probably stop.
Thanks for letting me play, even
Of
if
course.
it's
Thank
as
you
a.
for joining us, DefeneSam. I wish I was on slightly, slightly better first impression as far as my DMing skills, but I'm so tired.
No, that's fine. I'm
I hope
actually
you-
happy that with the role that you gave me, a half asleep guard is basically all I can play right now because I'm also playing a separate game.
Yeah, I was trying to find like the right level of engagement for you.
Thank you.
And we loved having Sir Novus here. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
glad you were able to join us. Always love having guest players. I hope you all had fun.
I had a lot of fun.
Yes.
This was I'm unusually proud of us for eventually finally finding the obvious leads to get here.
I'm glad you got here. I am glad you got here.
The plot thickens.
I thought like, oh, I'm gonna pepper this thing with so many leads, and I'm like, no, this is D&D mysteries, and I don't have a lot of experience running those, and even people who do, it can be hard to clue people in. You guys did a great job eventually figuring it out, though. I didn't even have to use my backup NPC.
I'm glad
Nice.
that we I'm glad that we that I'm glad that it took us a while to find the lead to talk to the tenement thing, because then we ended up learning a lot more about, because before we would have probably come here without investigating the crystal as much and stuff, and not being able to realize this was probably a setup and everything.
You guys did suss out some very interesting stuff. Well, thank you all again for playing, and I hope you had a good time and have a lovely rest of your day.
Thank you for
all s-
DMing.
Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you
oh,
so
thank
much.
you.
I'll get
all
you
stay
both
awesome.
recordings. I'm going to stop this recording now.